Hey, what's up? I'm Jeremy Michael, and this is another episode of The Box. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Box, where we take the top 5 questions out of our DMs, and whether it's about your builds, our builds, or anything else, we do our best to provide you guys with answers. The first question that I'm going to address today comes from a viewer asking about the silver car. For those of you that don't know, I drive a 1973 240Z. And if you watched the vlog that dropped the other day, you'll know that within the first 48 hours of driving the car, it was damaged twice. So they want to know pretty much what are my future plans for this car. It depends on how close in the future we're talking. As far as the immediate future of the car, I don't really have any plans other than to get the little tidbits fixed that were damaged those first 2 days. One being my driver's side rear fender flare, and the other being the front fender, the little crease that the little piece of metal that hit my car made. So as far as immediate plans, that's what I plan on getting fixed. I should be dropping it off at the body shop later this week, and hopefully it's good news and he could get me my car back quickly. Other than that, I really just want to drive and enjoy the car. I want to drive it around a bit, see how responsive it is, make any adjustments that I need to make to my carbs, and just make sure everything is dialed in. So that way, you know, when I get ready to get on it, it does what it's supposed to do. But other than that, I don't have very many plans. Maybe install some of the interior tidbits that I have sitting on the shelves that I just haven't made time to install, or better yet, time has not made time for me to install. So yeah, I pretty much just, you know, just want to just do some of the small stuff, just some of the little detail work that the car needs in order to be not really complete, because I don't think a car like this is ever complete, but just closer to completion. So our next question comes from a viewer that's interested in knowing, what is the engine setup in my 240Z? Well, I'm not running the original L24 that the car came with. I actually swapped that out for a L28 that I pieced together. So on the bottom end, I'm running a F54 block with flat top pistons that I pulled out of a 1982 280ZX. And I accompanied that with an N42 head that came out of what I believe was a 1977 280Z. And on the head, I have a little bit of port work, a Isky cam, and of course I accompanied that with a set of triple Mikuni 44s, Lighting flywheel, and a 5-speed manual transmission. And of course, upgraded the internals just, you know, to make sure everything would stay safe if it comes across a little bit of abuse. My goal when I was building this car was not to build the fastest car possible. My goal was actually just to put together a pretty quick street car. So with this motor, it suits my purpose perfectly. I can jump on the freeway. I don't really have to worry about too much. If I feel like giving it some gas, the car will go. And if there's a guy who pulls up next to me who spent quite a bit of money on what he calls a sports car, most of the time I could get away from him. So I don't condone street racing. It's bad. That is a full service announcement. I do not condone street racing. But if somebody pulls up next to you and they have a girl in the car that they're trying to impress, give it to them. So one of our viewers was interested in knowing, what is my favorite food? Contrary to your belief, it's not the hot dog on my shirt. My favorite food is actually sushi. And I pray that if the event ever comes about that I visited my favorite sushi restaurant one too many times and I happen to pass away due to mercury poisoning, that one of my friends has the guts to get up in front of everybody at my funeral and just let everybody know I was a real one. One of our viewers sent a message asking, what do I bench? That's a great question, but unfortunately, I have no idea. I've always been in the game. So one of our viewers is interested in knowing, how do I feel about hybrid supercars? To be perfectly honest with you, I think it's amazing. Although my love affair is definitely with vintage cars, just because I love the simplicity of it all. I like what I'm able to do, the fact that I'm able to work on them myself and, you know, just do so much at home. Whereas like with the new technology, I mean, without some of the gadgets that they have, you know, in some of the larger shops, it would be virtually impossible. But at the end of the day, I can't appreciate the leaps and bounds that the automotive industry is making, just coupling old technology with new technology and the way they're putting things together and the amount of horsepower numbers that they're making. I mean, you can't help but be excited and be impressed with what's currently going on and extremely excited about what's to come in the future. Looking at the new NSX, for example, just knowing that that's a hybrid motor putting out that kind of power with those beautiful body lines and just everything looks so futuristic. I mean, I hope the future is that beautiful. But yeah, I mean, Tesla gave them the blueprint, a few years back, just when they launched the P85, and then they incorporated the ludicrous mode, showing you that electric cars can be powerful too. So if it's going to reduce our carbon footprint and we're able to have just as much fun with these newer cars and be nicer to the environment, I mean, how can I argue with that? I think it's a beautiful thing. However, we have to know that as they integrate more technology into these cars, that's more money. And the prices are not going to do anything but go up. So the future does look fun. Just all I hope is that you prepare your pocketbooks, because it's going to cost. But I do think if you can afford it, the future does definitely look like a good time. Hey, I'm Jared Michael from Only the Locals, and if you have a question about your builds, our builds, or anything else, all you have to do is slide in our DMs, and we'll answer it as fast as possible on an episode of The Box. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, so that way you can not only keep up with our latest content, but you can join us as we develop this movement to fight for our place as future classics with these beautiful JDM builds.
Jared Michael.
In the coupe, just trotting around LA. With my speakers up, bumping that old Kanye. My phone beeps, my ex talking about, hey, I'll hit her back tomorrow like I'm straight. See, bitches know that I be on that way. Hit my line if I pick up, I'm on the way. If not, just know I'm on